This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, second-year man Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears as they take on Josh Rosen and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Under center, it'll be the former UCLA Bruin, Josh Rosen.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, landing.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Set. Blue, landing. Blue.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former number 2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They go play action here on first down. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. The rushing numbers last week for Cohen. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. Now Trubisky on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Time for us to introduce you to the defensive starters for Arizona. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Set. Green, 39.
Oh, the carry, it's Edmonds. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
They run with Edmonds. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Second-round pick in 2015, Eddie Goldman holds down the middle of this defensive line with some toughness, some leverage, and some personality. Understands he's going to be double and sometimes triple teamed on every snap. Does it with a smile, takes on those blockers, and opens up space for his other pass rushers.
Green 39.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now Cohen. And he spins past him and into space. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
If indeed the Chicago Bears were looking for a nice change-up to Jordan Howard at running back, they found it in Tariq Cohen. I'm telling you, this guy is shifty, quick, even though he's small in stature. Some people have called him the latest human joystick.
How about that? That'll be fun for Madden players. Just 5'6", but as you said, he can move. They run. This is Cohen. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Avoids him at the 40. Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here we go now. Blue line it.
This is Logan.
Blue line it.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. They run with Logan, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge, getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
First touch of the game here for Billy Cunningham. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. Now it's Peterson. Oh, he shifts past him. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it here with Logan. And now running right through him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On the carry, it's Logan. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Here's Edmonds, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw is Rosen. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Aaron Lynch in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Aaron Lynch, of course, came to Chicago in free agency from San Francisco.
An excellent pass rusher. 12.5 sacks his first 2 years with the 49ers. Injuries have limited him recently, but they're hoping he can be the great complement to Leonard Floyd on the other side getting after quarterbacks.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return is Peterson. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here we go now.
On 2nd down, Rosen. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now they try the right side here. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now let's go.
On second down, here's Rosen. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Cardinals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now it's Rosen. He finds Coleman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Into the red zone for the first time. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Set. Blue landing.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll get it up the middle, fighting him off. They can't corral him. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals are in for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now the return man. This is Benny Cunningham. And now running right through it. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Cohen. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yards.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
And on the ground they go with a running back. Shows off the quick feet as he takes this one up to the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there is a flag, so a big 2nd down pickup, but will it hold?
Holding offense.
Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with the flag. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now let's go. Boom.
Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Lynch in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Back onto the field comes the offense as we zero in on Josh Rosen. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Oh, he sheds himself free. The 40, the 30, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the 1st half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
and again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now Dawson for the extra point. Dawson tacks on the point after, and it's now 14-0. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Cunningham now to return. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here? A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Over the middle, that's taken in by Bellamy. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Play action. It's Trubisky. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So out now come the Cardinals. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. The right's got it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Set. Green, 39.
Rosen to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Cardinals on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the visiting Packers who were able to come in and win this one on the road. Aaron Rodgers, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we head out west to the Golden State to check on the Rams at home in L.A. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Kirk Cousins, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to spin free. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, Trubisky. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10, but probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start, offense.
That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
And he's got Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a 1st down as well.
It felt like Mitchell Trubisky, the quarterback for the Bears, was in the draft room with his general manager because picking up this pass catcher from Memphis, Anthony Miller, made to order for a young quarterback. A nice slot who can make plays like we just saw.
He is fun to watch. Went from being a walk-on at Memphis to completely rewriting the record books out wide. A first carry now for Kofani Muhammad. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Robert Kimdichi's pro day workout, I know it was only shorts, but that's about as good a workout I've seen from a defensive lineman in a long time. Incredible speed, quickness, and power all on display, and he used every bit of that to make that play.
He was such an athlete coming out of high school. I remember calling his bowl game in 2013 in Nashville. They lined him up and handed him the football as a running back. Well, not really a running back, a fullback, but he can just do a lot of things.
No doubt about it. The consensus #1 player in high school.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey adds the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And right with it here over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rosen on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rosen off the play action. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Edmonds. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. 30, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Now Parkey for the extra point. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and we are tied at 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. With it on the return is Logan. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5.
Green 39.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they can't bring him down. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Cunningham. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Robert Kimdichie, we've heard about him since high school. How about that total package of power, speed, and agility?
Yeah, he was widely thought of as the best high school product his senior year, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Ole Miss was really happy to get him. And how about that play he just did there? Welcome to the NFL, young man.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give them confidence and let them knock it through.
Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Green, 39.
On 3rd down, Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Robert Kimdichie forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Hard throw, incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Here comes Josh Rosen and the Cardinals offense back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes, because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again. Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Play action here with Rosen. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his 2nd there.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, Rosen. This one complete to Gresham. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Play action. Rosen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eddie Goldman in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and he dialed up the pressure and got to him.
Here's Andy Lee now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Trubisky got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Again, it's Cohen. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bears on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Play action. It's Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And they'll get this down to the 10. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll give it to him up the middle. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Trey Burton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
Trey Burton was a guy that flashed during his years with the Eagles, but he's always stuck as the third option behind Zach Ertz and Brent Sellett. Now, with the Chicago Bears, definitely going to get his shot. Versatile player delivered right there with a touchdown catch.
Parkey with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Jonathan Bullard in there to get him for a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Now let's go. Blue, line it. Blue.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? The play fake. Here's Rosen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Robert Kindici in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. And
he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A solid stiff arm. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there on the screen pass. 46 yards.
You have to give some credit because he broke some tackles in order to get that big pickup. But maybe it's a little bit more that the lost art of tackling reared its ugly head on that play. And the end result, a big-time pickup of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Now let's go.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Coleman has it here right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Well, you don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. And Gresham, the tight end, brings it in. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Now it's Rosen. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Larry Fitzgerald, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Cunningham now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They go with Cunningham. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Now the Cardinals going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. So would that mean 3 weeks in the books and they creep above 500 now at 2-1?
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you watch that spot, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bears, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.